Thank you. And I will also stop Joe Biden's crusade to crush crypto. We're going to stop it.
Greetings and welcome to the newest episode of Rice Crypto. I'm Rice, and that was Donald Trump giving a speech at the Libertarian National Convention 2024, Day 2, this past Saturday, May the 25th. I'm going to be sharing two clips on today's video. The first clip that I'm going to be sharing is everything that Donald Trump had to say in regards to Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and central bank digital currencies. I'll also give you my thoughts on what Donald Trump had to say. And at the end of today's video, I'll be sharing a clip on what Donald Trump had to say in regards to Ross Ulbricht. He is the founder of Silk Road, who is currently incarcerated. If you want to know more about the story of Ross Ulbricht, I will have a link down below with the interview that I did with his mother, Lynn Ulbricht. I will also be doing a future video, probably tomorrow, if not by Wednesday, a full reaction to the full speech that Donald Trump gave at the Libertarian National Convention 2024. Real quick, before we begin, I want to encourage you, if you are not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you are subscribed. And if you are subscribed, make sure you are still subscribed. YouTube, unfortunately, has been unsubscribing a large amount of people over the past few months. So make sure you are still subscribed. And if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Also, make sure you are checking out my sponsor, Presearch. I have information in every video description. Presearch is a decentralized private search engine with AI that rewards. All right, now before we play the first clip, there's a few things that I do want to share. I believe that this is the first time that a former United States president has ever spoken at a Libertarian National Convention. It is also the first time that a rival party candidate, the Republican nominee, will be speaking at the Libertarian National Convention. I do want to note that RFK Jr., who is an independent candidate running for president, did speak at the Libertarian National Convention on Friday, Day 1, and I will be doing a full video reaction to that speech as well. Let's go ahead and share the first clip of Donald Trump at the Libertarian National Convention talking about Bitcoin, crypto, and central bank digital currencies.
Thank you. And I will also stop Joe Biden's crusade to crush crypto. We're going to stop it. I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right to self-custody to the nation's 50 million crypto holders. I say this with your vote. I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin. And I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency.
There was definitely some mixed emotions in the crowd throughout the entire speech. There was lots of booing. There was lots of cheering. So I definitely encourage you to check out the full speech. I will have it linked down below, and I will be doing a full reaction video in the next day or two. Let's go ahead and play it together with me on screen, and I will stop after certain portions. Now, I think he looks a little uncomfortable here.
Thank you. And I will also stop Joe Biden's crusade to crush crypto. We're going to stop it.
Okay, so the first thing that I want to say is he completely ignored the "end the Fed" chant. Completely ignored it. I don't believe in the entirety of the speech that he said anything in regards to the Federal Reserve. So I do want to take notation of that. Now, he just said,
and I will also stop Joe Biden's crusade to crush crypto. We're going to stop it.
Now, the thing about that, and I'm not saying that this is necessarily a bad thing or a good thing. I am a political atheist. my philosophy is right wing, left wing, same bird, regardless. That's my perspective. Now, with that being said, I'd like to know why Donald Trump is now becoming pro Bitcoin, pro cryptocurrency. Why now? What has changed in his mind since he called Bitcoin a scam and defended the US dollar? Now, this was a couple years ago, but this is Donald Trump, a quick clip of him calling Bitcoin a scam.
Bitcoin, I just seems like a scam. I was surprised. You know, with us, it was at 6,000 and much lower. I don't like it because it's another currency competing against the dollar. Essentially, it's a currency competing against the dollar. I want the dollar to be the currency of the world. That's what I've always said.
Okay, so let's continue with the speech. And again, I will be playing that second clip in regards to Ross Ulbricht at the end of the video. So make sure you are staying tuned to the very, very end.
I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right to self-custody.
So he hit 2 big points, making sure that cryptocurrency, the companies, and crypto as a whole aren't being driven outside of the United States and going to other nations, and then bringing up the self-custody issue, which I've talked about on numerous shows about how there is going to be an attack on self-custody. We're already seeing that taking place. We have the FBI issued a warning about not using wallets that aren't custodian, that are where you possess and control your private key. They're basically warning against that. So it's really interesting. But he is hitting on some key points here. Now, I will note it again. This is only about a minute out of a 35-minute long speech.
To the nation's 50 million crypto holders, I say this with your vote. I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin.
Now, with that, I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin. One, the only way that could happen is if she is to lose her reelection. Okay. And I believe that she is running against John Deaton. I'm not 100% on that, but I believe John Deaton is running against Elizabeth Warren. I will double check that. And if that is the case, because I know he is running for a political office, I believe it is against her, but I will find out. And I have been trying to get John Deaton on for an interview. But unless she loses her reelection, the only way he's going to be able to do what he says is if he was to forcibly remove her out of office. Otherwise, her as a free will individual, she can bring about any sort of introduction of bills that she likes. It's whether or not those bills garner the correct amount of support or not.
And I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency.
Now, what's interesting about that, and I'm going to be doing a separate video, is we did see Tom Emmer. He introduced a bill, the CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act, and it passed House with a 216 to 192 vote. And it prohibits the Federal Reserve from issuing a surveillance-style CBDC. I'm not sure that it actually prevents them from issuing a CBDC, but it prevents them from issuing a surveillance-style CBDC. So that's interesting to note. I will be doing a video in regards to the CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act. Now, I'm going to say that, in my opinion, and we're seeing it, cryptocurrency and blockchain is now a part of the political narrative for the selection process of 2024. So, in my opinion, it seems in some ways that Biden is shifting as well. He said that he would not veto the FIT21 Act if passed. That is the Future Innovations Technology Act of the 21st century, FIT21. I did a video in regards to that with Crypto Blood. Check that out in the live streams that I've done over the past week. So he does seem to be shifting, because there was the day that Donald Trump had come out. He did a fundraiser at Mar-a-Lago, and he gave us a speech and said some positive things in regards to crypto. It's like a 38-second clip. I'm going to go ahead and play that right now.
They are against it. The Biden doesn't even know what it is. If you ask Biden, sir, are you for or against crypto? What's that? What the? Get me off the stage. He's saying, get me off the stage. No, he has no idea. But look, Gensler is very much against it. The Democrats are very much against it. And I say this, a lot of people are very much for it. Probably a lot of the people in this group. And I'm fine with it. I want to make sure it's good and solid and everything else, but I'm good with it. And if you like crypto in any form, and it comes in a lot of different forms, if you're in favor of crypto, you better vote for Trump.
That was like 2.5, 3 weeks ago that Donald Trump had said that. And I shared that in a video. And that same day that Donald Trump said that, President Biden had came out saying that if the House passed through overturning the SEC's SAB 121, which is some special accounting bulletin 121, that if it was to pass, he would veto it. So he was took a very hard, seemingly anti-crypto stance the same day that Donald Trump took a very positive stance on crypto. So that was really interesting. And I started to think that we were going to see this become a partisan issue where you're going to see Republicans being for Bitcoin and for cryptocurrency and for self-custody and for decentralization and for privacy. And that you would see the opposite, that you would see an anti-crypto stance from the Democrat side. Now, with the overturning of the SAB 121 and the FIT 21 Act, we've seen bipartisan, we've seen both parties working together to pass this bill. And I believe that they had a better ratio than we've seen with the CBDC anti-surveillance bill that passed 216 to 192. I did talk in regards to what the vote was in the past video with the House. I don't remember offhand when it came to overturning the SEC's SAB 121, and when it came to passing through the FIT 21, the Future Innovation of Technology for the 21st Century Act. But it was definitely both parties working together to make sure that it happened. So it does not seem as if this is becoming a partisan issue. And again, it would not surprise me if Biden starts to shift and become more pro-crypto based off of recommendations on the people that are helping him to try to stay or be reelected. The crypto markets are obviously responding positively now, and I think they're going to continue to respond positively because without digging into this deeper, it seems bullish, 100%. Just seems bullish. Donald Trump is saying he's going to do everything he can to make sure that we can keep our self-custody, our Bitcoin. He will keep it safe. He will make sure we don't have a central bank digital currency, saying all the good things that the crypto community wants to hear. But again, the markets will react very positively to this news. Today is Monday, the 27th of May, and it is also a Memorial Day. So shout out to all the soldiers, all the military personnel that have served in the military, that have defended our country, that have joined the military in honor of defending our country, and those that also passed away in that act of duty. Shout out and mad love, mad respect to you. But with that being said, tomorrow is Tuesday and the regular markets open up. Wall Street opens back up tomorrow morning. And I believe that the markets will continue to acting positively, especially with the recent news of the Ethereum ETF being passed. But I always encourage you when it comes to politicians, question everything. Because lots of times politicians will just say things that they think that you want to hear. And it's just empty promises. Every presidential candidate promises stuff that they do not deliver on. And again, I am a political atheist. I'm not supporting anybody in this fight. Donald Trump promised things that he would do if elected president in his first term. He did not do all the things that he promised to do. So I want you to take a note of that as well. Because ultimately, the banks control this game. The Federal Reserve, the IMF, the Bank of International Settlements, they control this game. And they control the politicians. They control the money. question everything. Don't always believe what you hear, and make sure you dig a little deeper. Now, before we wrap up today's video, if you did enjoy what I had to share, make sure you take an opportunity to smash that like button, share this video out. Again, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're still subscribed. I'm going to play the clip in regards to what Donald Trump had to say in regards to Ross Ulbricht, the founder of Silk Road. I will have a link, as I mentioned earlier, down below in the video description with the interview that I did with Ross's mom, Lynn Ulbricht. So if you want to learn a little bit more about the story, or check out the interview in case you missed it, or rewatch the interview, it'll be linked down below in the video description. I'm going to play that clip, and then I'm going to play a channel promo, and then we will wrap up today's video.
And if you vote for me on day one, I will commute the sentence of Ross Ulbricht to a sentence of time served. He's already served 11 years. We're going to get him home. We're going to get him home.
I did like hearing that. It is great to hear that Ross Ulbricht's name is being brought back up and that he is promising to commute his sentence, give him time served, and send him home, because it is about time that Ross Ulbricht gets home. Again, learn more about that story in the interview below. I encourage you, as always, to be a blessing to others. Treat people how you want to be treated. Be the glitch that you want to see in this matrix. Be the change that you want to see in this world. Question everything, know yourself, and until next time, practice change. Don't forget to visit ricetvx.com, where you can watch both of my YouTube channels, Rice Crypto and Rice Against the Grain, directly. Find all of my social media links, sign up for my mailing list, and become a member of Rice Uncensored, where you can join me on the private side for less than $0.25 a day. You will get early access to both Rice Crypto and Rice Against the Grain, ad-free, unedited videos, exclusive content, members-only forum with direct access to me, live streams, and more to come, only at ricetvx.com.